Welcome back. It's that time again. Tim Cook, hello, and welcome to Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, because I didn't know today was the Apple event. I knew it was the 27th, but I thought that the 27th was Friday. Turns out it's Thursday. So I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, there's an Apple event to watch. So I'm going to be doing a little review of the Apple event for October 2016. The big thing is about the MacBook Pros, which I am in the market for and have been for quite some time. Our laptop is a MacBook Pro from 2009, which is very old. I think I showed back in Japan, like I could put footage on it, but I can't even play the footage back from our camera. And that's kind of a problem. So we're in the market for a new MacBook Pro anyway, so I've been waiting on this event, and I guess today we'll learn more. Now, this is going to be shot this way just because we're in the process of moving. I've moved a lot of equipment over, and I don't have everything set up easily right now to shoot this how I normally would. And by normally, I mean the way I did it last time. So you have to forgive me. Once we get into the new place, I'll have a more permanent setup for reviewing stuff. But for now, let's watch the Apple event. First up is Apple TV, and they want you to know that you can look at tweets while you watch football. And there's games. Did you remember that there were games? Because there's games. Did you know Minecraft is coming to Apple TV? Do you not already own it for 10 other devices? Well, now you can own it for an 11th one. I started to get excited because they were like, we've made this TV app for the Apple TV, and we know that you guys want to like watch TV. And I was like, oh my god, this is great, because I really want Apple to sell me a cable package. I mean, we don't pay for cable here. It's included in our rent. We're moving to a place. I wouldn't mind having a cable package that was small, but I don't want to buy it from the company. It's stupid expensive. And my parents have wanted to get a cable package from like Apple or something for a long time because they're in the same predicament. They don't want to pay for the basic cable because it's so expensive when they could get something that, you know, would be a little cheaper and just have a few, you know, important channels that they actually watch. But then they said that's not what this actually was. It was just everything that you watch. Like if you have all the different apps, it pulls in information from all those so you can watch them there, which doesn't let you watch that stuff unless you have cable in the first place. I was upset. So they finally got to the MacBooks. The new big thing is the OLED display, which has been rumored for many, many months. Although it's also notable that the trackpad is huge. The trackpad's like, it's this big. So the touch bar is pretty cool. That's what they're calling it, by the way, if I didn't say that in the last clip, calling it the touch bar. It lines up pretty well with what all the rumors have been. One of the coolest things, and it's a feature that we'd never used, is that if you have multiple users on the MacBook, is that it has Touch ID now on the power button, which you can use for like Apple Pay and things like that, unlocking the computer. But if another person that's registered on the computer taps it, it just switches to them. So like it switches users. That's really neat. We'll never use it, but it's really neat. Now they're going through all the specifics of the internals and things like that. They've ditched pretty much every port now, so now they have just like 4 USB-C ports, and that's all of them. They're talking about Photoshop now, which is pretty sweet, but before they talked about Final Cut. Apparently there's a pretty big update coming for Final Cut anyway, but they showed how the touch bar can work with Final Cut, and that was pretty neat. It does, like, there's some things that I wouldn't use it for because it would be easier to use a keyboard shortcut, but there's a few other things where it's like, oh, actually, that would be something I'd have to go click on or do a thing with, and like, it would be easier to use the touch bar. It's neat. The other thing that made me happy is that they straight up worked with 4K footage, because that's what I'm working with. That's the thing that's making the old MacBook Pro choke. So for them to just show 4K footage and be like, look how easy it is to do all this stuff, and they have effects and stuff added and it's playing back smoothly, that makes me happy. Very, very happy. Also, the stuff they're doing in Photoshop is neat as well. And just like that, it's done. It's a pretty short event, honestly. It got started at 1 and it's 2:30, so 90 minutes. Pretty short event. Not a whole lot to say. Everyone wanted the MacBook Pro. This was all about the MacBook Pro, besides that little tiny bit about Apple TV at the beginning. The MacBook Pro looks good. There's honestly a good chance that the thing is probably more powerful than the desktop I'm using, because I'm using the Hackintosh as that's what I use as my primary editing computer. So there's a good chance that this computer is actually even more powerful than my desktop. Now, if that's the case, since we wanted to get a laptop anyway, what I could do is I could get the laptop, and then we would have a laptop, but I could also just start using it as my desktop computer, since it would be better. Then whenever I go on a trip, I could take the laptop, which would also already be my desktop, so it would have like the files and stuff I was working on. So there's some convenience there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the actual stuff and price it out and decide what I want to do. But I might get this MacBook Pro. I've been waiting on it for a long time, and also we currently have no way to edit anything at all on the go because the new camera, the one I'm shooting with now, shoots 4K. The old MacBook Pro won't even do anything with that. So, yeah. Anyway. Tell me your thoughts on the Apple event. Maybe you were like me and you've been waiting to see what they were going to do with the MacBooks. Here you go. There's other rumors down the pipeline, like they were going to update iMacs, but they haven't done that yet. There's been a rumor for a long time that they were going to develop a new Apple Cinema display that had a dedicated GPU, and that was really cool, but they haven't announced anything about that as well, so there'll just have to be more stuff in the future. There'll be more Apple events. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Just to tack on a little bit of non-Apple related news at the end of this video. I think the other day, yesterday or the day before, I said Mal was going to start painting in the new place. Never got a chance to, but we are going to do that today. So going to have some lunch, a little bit of a late lunch, and then go put Mal in the new place so she can start painting. You excited?
Yep.
You excited?
This is my painting shirt for the next painting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Just don't get paint on it.
I'll try.
Because you tend to do that sometimes.
Sometimes.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?